let's look forward here. Let's talk about Splitgate, man. Let's talk about multiplayer that is hitting. You know what I'm saying? We got our first look at Splitgate 2. A bunch of creators were invited down to the Splitgate studios to talk about the different factions, the different classes that are involved in the game, some gameplay first looks. Looks really, really interesting. Again, updated look and feel. The portals are, of course, always still there. Different class specializations, some new guns and gameplay to look at. When, walk me through it. How you feeling about your first thoughts on Splitgate 2 gameplay?
The gunplay low key kind of reminded me of COD, and it could just be like
Mm,
the clips that they're using had like low time to kill, like the people that
mm,
they were dying had just been shot a couple times prior or something like that. Because I
yeah.
remember the first Splitgate had like I feel like a high TTK. It felt like
Mm-hmm.
a Halo, so to speak.
Yes.
This game feels a little bit more COD like in the sense of like it's easier to get the kills, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think TTK is depending on the player. Some people like a higher one, some people like a lower one. I think Call of Duties to me is like somewhere in the middle where I'm like, I'm cool with this. Like, I'm happy with how quick I could kill somebody, but it's also not so quick that I don't feel destroyed by somebody who has just like a significantly better connection.
Yeah.
Um, my only thing that I noticed was like, this is just in the gameplay that I saw, because I didn't really listen to the breakdown too much. I was just watching a couple clips. I didn't see too many portals,
Yeah. I
this time
saw. I
around
saw them.
because I saw no, and
Yeah. They're fair
I
amount.
saw some too, but I didn't see
Mm,
as many as like I just remember like playing Splitgate 1, and all I was doing was fucking getting angles with portals. Like that was
mm,
my whole thing was like boom, boom, shooting through the portal. It was more showcasing the movement,
yeah.
which I don't think is a bad thing because there's a whole new movement system, it seems like,
Mm-hmm.
which is gonna be really fun to play with, especially with the momentum of a portal. Like imagine how fast you could slide if you just if you hit a portal at the right time. Like I think it's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
Um but they were showcasing a lot of other stuff too, which
Yeah.
was really interesting. And I want to know, do you feel like they're moving not necessarily away from the portal play itself, or do you think that now that there's other things involved, they're trying to make a game that isn't just reliant on being portals with Halo and portals? You know what I'm saying?
I I agree. I think they are trying to move a little bit more. They're trying to expand the net a little bit because if you
Yeah,
look at again, they have the different class systems with like the healers and spotters. Again, some of the kind of the rusher classes and stuff. The custom. They're trying to give it a bit more definable flavor because
yeah,
again, I think something that did hurt a little bit was of course timing with the release of Halo Infinite and them just kind of being called Halo with portals, kind of how the futuristic look was. But now they have a little bit more kind of sway to their movement. There's a little bit more smoothness to it than I think typical Halo is. I just feel like it gives itself a bit more of a discernible style, and I think that's important, especially in this market in this point in time, where you gotta have something to stand out. The portal's already one thing, but now he's kind of like, okay, cool, what else? Because people are again multiplayer, especially FPS people, they are very quick to learn the metas and they're very quick to understand gameplay mechanics when they get into it. So I think that it's a good step forward. It is a needed step forward for them to be more discernible with the class differentiation, with some weapons. Again, they still have the jetpacks, they still have the portals, but it just feels like the maps are now a bit more wider to include the different, the updated engine, the updated movement systems. Things look a lot smoother, things play a lot more. I think probably about the same rate of speed as Splitgate 1 so far from my first eye test. It just feels like the animations just look a lot more smoother and the gunplay looks a
yeah.
little bit more tighter from that. And again, we're getting a bigger range of stuff in terms of the guns, the skills. You see like the whole bubble shield that kind of pops up. Well, not a bubble shield, like kind of the front facing ones, like C4 packs and stuff. A lot of stuff that's in there. It's fresh. It's fresh. But
Yeah.
to answer that question, yes, I think they are moving a little bit. They're moving a little bit farther back from portals being center stage to make room for everything else. I think it's like the split is 60-40 at this point from my eyes of, portals. Okay, portals are central, but now we're just moving them a little bit to left of center to make more room for the classes, for the things that give a little bit more style and flavor to the game that will make people stick for longer.
Yeah. No, and I think that having more different more things in the game outside of just being like, hey, this is portals, hey, and guns, this is now a better long lasting game in my opinion.
Mhm.
Because once you get like I felt like Splitgate 1, the biggest issue was just really like, well, we're gonna need to keep pumping out maps if the only thing I have to look forward to is just the same guns that I can pick up on the ground and the same mechanic.
Mhm.
Which I don't think the game Splitgate 1 was bad by any means. It's just, after a while, especially with the turnover rate of games these days, it's gonna get
Yeah.
put on to the side. Like a new
And then
shooter's gonna come
yeah,
out.
people are gonna chew it up, digest it. Oh, this was all it had to offer. Cool, bang. We're good.
Yeah.
And I don't mind that, but that's just how the casual audience is. You got to give them more than enough to chew on for a while before you start funneling in new content. And at least for me, it looks like it has enough in its classes. You can see all the different gun play and stuff that you're in there. Like I saw like the split stream or whatever that can dual wield and then go into one gun.
Yeah.
A lot of different things to offer that you can experience and experiment with and get some good output before they keep updating the game continually. I think it looks good so far.
No, yeah, I think this is gonna be a really good shooter. I'm definitely gonna tap in. And I think hopefully the classes are well balanced enough or enough and enough in the sense that like if you're playing the defensive guy, you can't just camp in a corner with the shields up. Like
Mm,
I wonder what they'll do to like circumvent certain things like that. But I don't know. Didn't see this. And if
mm,
it'd be sick. But one thing that I thought would be cool is if like I saw that they had a dude with a shield, and obviously you can't
yes.
shoot through the shield. But I wonder if you could put a portal behind the guy with the shield if you could shoot your portal gun through it.
Yeah.
Um,
No, yeah, no, it depends on what surface they're on. I think because like they have all the open like portal
yeah,
surfaces that you can hit, but I think you can most definitely like you could in the first game, like if you put a portal placed on a certain point in the wall, you can see through it, and you're able to literally hit them from a certain angle. Like if you get it right behind them and shoot it past them, yeah, then I think it could work. It just depends on where the portal shoots. I like if the portal like prompt and the portal command goes through shields, like or and it could just phase through to a wall, which I think again, somebody correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think you can. I think you can as long as it hits a designated portal surface. It can
yeah.
actually go through and shine through, which would actually, bode well. Or you can kind of preemptively do it, and then if somebody comes to the line of sight, you still shoot through it. Because there was specifically a clip in this 5-minute gameplay where he opened a wall and shot him through it, so that's still there. It's still present, but it just depends on timing and placement and stuff. Which I think it's possible. I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, word. But yes, so far I'm really liking it. I'm really liking what I'm seeing for Splitgate.